Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking about choices and how they aren't exactly as great as you think. And if you like these sort of videos that talk about happiness, psychology, achieving success, and how they can relate to making more money and just making you think, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below for more. Anyhow, back to this experiment. So basically, what happened was in this book, The Paradox of Choice, Barry Schwartz, a psychologist, he discusses this experiment where there's these two groups of subjects. And in one group, they had the option of choosing out of 6 choices a free Godiva chocolate. The other group had the same choice of a free chocolate, but they had 30 choices to choose from. Now, what did they find? They found that the group that had fewer choices came out more happy. And that means that the group that had more choices came out less happy, which is very, very deep of a conclusion. Now, you might be wondering, like, okay, so more choices seems to be something that makes you less happy. So what? Well, there's a lot of implications for this, and in fact, there's more studies to back this up. And heck, if you even look at your own life, when you come out of a store nowadays, whether it's a store with 1,000 types of jeans, different cuts and brands, or a food restaurant with all these different choices and add-ons and ingredients, like it or not, you probably come out less happy. I mean, it happens online all the time, and obviously, therefore, it has a lot of implications for a whole variety of different things, like online stores. And what you see is that businesses who take all these free studies that have already been done and publicly released and use them, they do better. And even if you don't have a business, if you have some sort of online presence, or when you're interacting with your family, you have to realize I can use this. Because heck, if you give your children 10 choices rather than one or two or three, that can lead to less satisfaction. If you open a website store and you have too many colors and choices for shirts, that can be a huge problem. If you have a small business, and I see this all the time, in fact, there's this one business on Shark Tank that was literally pitched, and they asked for like $300,000 for part of their business. And basically, if you guys don't know what Shark Tank is, it's this TV show where businesses pitch their business, and these sharks, or pretty much rich people, investors, give money to help their businesses as well as own a part of their business. So there's this one online business that was this chocolate business, and apparently they're raking in a lot of money already. And basically, I noticed it immediately. Like, they had way too many options. It was like you had like 4 different types of chocolate, and then like 10 different types of like shapes, and then like 50 different options and sprinkles and stuff like that. And it's like the whole business model is like, it's going to make the consumer less happy coming out of it, because they have all these choices and they don't want to choose the right one. And that gets into another experiment that's been done. And basically, this experiment, and there's been numerous ones done on this, pretty much proves that if you have a lot of doors open, when you when you choose one, you're too scared that the other ones will close, and therefore you're less likely to go through a door based on how many doors are open. And there's this one experiment that pretty much supports this theory, because basically they put subjects into this game where the doors were timed to close, and you had to choose one and figure out which way is the right way out of this maze. And they found that the more doors that they had, the more likely that the players were to do worse and just stay in the room, because they didn't want to choose the wrong door, and they didn't want all their options to close. And it just made things worse when these time doors closed. And it's the same thing. And again, that experiment can be very useful for life as well. if you have career options or different pathways or subjects of interest. You can fall into a state of paralysis nowadays when there's so many career options and so many choices that just screws you over, and you literally just don't want this career pathway to close where you might be a computer scientist, but at the same time you don't want this career pathway to close where you might be an architect major in a college, and that sort of stuff ends up paralyzing you. So all these things have very deep implications, and I think one thing people fail to do is, first off, read and study and learn about this stuff. Second off is to realize how useful it can be. Third off is to implement it. Apple is very smart. It's implementing this stuff. It doesn't have like 50 different colors for its latest iPhone. It has like 3. And I guarantee you it knows this experiment. It's not just out of the blue deciding to only have 3 colors. So that's food for thought. I could go on this for hours, but that's enough for this video. It's long enough. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you're subscribed, I'll see you in my next video. If you're not, hit the subscribe button down below. And I'll see you in my next video. Man, I could go on this for hours. But thanks so much for watching. See you guys later.